There's something I need to get off my chest. Over the weekend and last week, there was a big story. Pastor Nganga, who I like to call Panganga, was trending. And the reason he was trending is because there's a video of his that surfaced speaking in front of his audience at his church. Somebody needs to check the pulse of his audience members. And there he was bragging about a rape incident.
Tulirep mwanamke moja, wanaume 8 Tamagui. 8. Sasa tunajuaje na tulimwacha hapo?
This issue has got even the women rep of Nairobi involved. And she's now calling for the guy to be, I think, action taken against him.
Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Administration and Internal Security on the following. 1, clarification on measures being taken by the Directorate of Criminal Investigation to authenticate and investigate the circulating video using digital forensic expertise to update the public on the outcome to restore confidence in both faith and justice.
But this is what I want to say. Fellow Kenyans, how little memory you have. How, oh my God, again, how many times do you want to see this guy do something crazy, right? I feel like it was early this year, January, when I was still on the radio. I spoke about Pastor Nganga. I asked guys, how can this guy keep mentioning things like rape? It's not the first time I've seen this video, right? And no action is taken against him. But you know what? I can get every Kenyan forgetting what he did, but I just want to remind you that when Rema Fest happened, Christians gave the guy a podium, endorsed him. So all I'm saying is I'm not the judge, jury, or executioner, but put the panganga to the side. Clearly, when it comes to abusing, hurting, raping women, it's not really a big deal. You will be forgiven. If you're a man, you've got a microphone, life continues. Watch this space. Absolutely nothing will happen to Pastor Nganga. What do you think?
Here's the thing. I strongly believe that Christianity is a very convenient and perfect hiding place for sociopaths. Because as soon as you wear the cloak of Christianity, everything that you've done is forgiven.
Because he does have a very interesting background.
Wasn't there like an issue where he almost he ran someone over and like killed them?
Allegedly. Right?
Allegedly. Because
Yeah.
listen, me, I don't have lawyer money.
Yeah.
Where's the camera? Which camera?
This is your...
I don't have lawyer money. Sawa. Me, I'm just a poor girl living in Nairobi.
No.
So I am saying.
But this is like public information. There was a case, there was a story, but it turned out that he wasn't the one who was driving. Anyway, he's had so many moments in the limelight that are less than savory.
I think it's because he runs a church. And I don't know, there's something about that specific kind of Christianity that especially is practiced on the African continent. I know I'm about to say something that might get me cancelled, but, given the last year of my life, is there anything they have said about me that they won't say now? I will say it anyway.
Speak your truth.
There's something about the specific brand of Christianity practiced in Africa that there's no accountability. Even biblically, Jesus said that the actions have consequences. Like, if you do bad things, there shall be consequences.
Yeah,
but here, as long as you're called Pastor so-and-so, and you go and say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus at a pulpit, it doesn't matter what you do outside of the pulpit.
Yeah.
People will forgive you. And I find that icky.
I don't know. Hit us up in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I think everything to do with Pastor Nganga, I've spoken about it. I've been so vocal about it.
He's so gross.
I even posted, there's a time he's mentioned this story about rape, and it was last year, I think sometime in September, right? And I posted it. I said, hey, how can this happen? It was on the pulpit. And he was making, the comment was, I remember it very clearly. There was a lady who had gone to his church. And he was like, wewe hata yani, you're not even making yourself hata wezi repiwa.
Oh, yeah, wezi repiwa. But then he's very quick to make rape jokes, rape comments.
Yeah.
It's like rape is always on the brain somewhere.
But you know what I think? I don't think he is the problem. I think the audience, being all of us, our society is the
Yeah.
problem. That
Completely agree.
comments like this are not really... You remember,
We've
this is
normalized nonsense.
violence against women is normalized.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the city where a governor slapped the women rep, right? So this
And it
this
became
is
a joke.
yeah. So anyway, on to a lighter note, how was your weekend? Shiro Morioki on the podcast. Pew, 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 pew. And yes, you guys requested. You know what? You request, I give, right? Especially because she did not ask me for money. How you doing?
I should be asking.
No, don't. If you ask, you wouldn't be here. I'm just being honest. Me sina pesa ya kupatia mtu kuja kwa podcast. But have you been, Shiro?
I'm doing okay.
I haven't seen you in, I think, over a year.
More than.
Yeah.
Actually, you haven't seen me since before we lost Charlie, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, it's been a rough year and a half, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
But
But
I've emerged a different person, I
Yeah.
think. Stronger, a lot stronger. A lot less things bother me. I don't know whether it's because of what I've been through or the fact that I'm a woman in my 40s who's also possibly in perimenopause, so I just don't care anymore. I'm just too hot and tired to care.
to care. But hey. I mean, am I lying? This girl look good.
Thank you.
I mean, sure.
So do you, Mama. I told you earlier. Like,
Thank you.
girl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Let me tell you. Actually, I mentioned this to you earlier. So, I'm on Mounjaro. I'm not going to be those people that say genetics.
Mounjaro ni nini?
Mounjaro is like an
So ni Njaro gani?
injectable.
Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Okay, so it's an injectable. It's like Ozempic, but it targets like I think different receptors. So I've been on that for about 6 weeks, and as a result, I've lost 11 kgs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, when you walked in, I was like, where is the rest of her? and truly, this weekend, yesterday, I was out somewhere, and I saw this guy. I literally walked up to him and I was like, pardon my wine goggles.
Wow.
Where is the rest of you? You know, because damn, was in hii kitu inafanya kazi.
It's working. We're all shrinking.
Are there no side effects?
Oh, there are. So, when you asked about my weekend, let me tell you, I am backed up like a motherfucker. Am I allowed to curse?
Shit.
Ah, okay. oh, shit.
What do you mean?
Backed up. One of the major, like how Mounjaro works is that it slows down gastric emptying, yeah? It affects like the muscle of your gut. So that's what keeps you full. Sindio. But then as a result, you're not pooing as often.
At a what?
So,
You're constipated.
like a bit.
Oh, wait.
As I sit here before you, I'm full of shit.
You're full of shit.
Full.
Actually, I like when you're full of shit. Because we got to talk about some shit. We got to talk about some shit. So would you recommend someone to get this done? Do you need a
Everyone has
doctor?
their own- I would say go see a doctor. I would never recommend a medication to someone unless you go see a doctor. However, I will say this about like the stuff people say about basically all these procedures that help you lose weight. I find that people treat being big or being fat as a moral failing rather than a health issue.
Okay.
For instance, like if you were to be diagnosed tomorrow, God forbid, with high cholesterol, I would not tell you to think positive thoughts and stop having high cholesterol. Sindio?
Yeah.
I would tell you, please go see a doctor
Yeah.
and get that shit under control.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fat people, you're told to think yourself out of being fat.
Stop eating.
Stop eating.
Yeah.
If you come and tell me that you have high cholesterol, will I tell you, Sasa, wait, no, I'll spend an hour shaming you before I tell you to go to the doctor? No.
Yeah.
And I think I think we need to reframe how we see people being big or people being fat. For me, I made this decision as an act of love for myself and as an act of honoring my body, because as I've gotten older, my metabolism has ground to a halt. All I have to do is to drive outside the Kenchik.
The smell, you've added weight.
5 kgs. start.
Calories.
Calories in
Shit.
the air. Listen, it's bad.
Damn.
And so like, this is a personal choice I've made. And so if you've decided that how to deal with your weight is to run and to go to CrossFit, good for you, congratulations.
Yeah.
But because modern medicine has gotten us here, the same way 150 years ago we didn't have penicillin, now we do.
My question is, after you take it, you lose weight, do you have to take it forever?
No, you can't take it forever. But I think what this medication has also trained me in doing is eating right. Because if you eat things that are heavy in fat or very greasy, because your gut is emptying slower, those things sit in your stomach and you become really fucking uncomfortable.
Okay.
So it's really forcing me to eat healthy. So by the time I go off this medication in 6 months, I will have, hopefully gained picked up the habit. Like, this is how I'm supposed to be eating. Already, right now, there are things that gross me out that I can't eat
Like
anymore.
what?
Like,
If you say fries, the kuyos
that
who are
is
watching
a
this
lie
shit.
from the pits.
I was
Do you
like,
understand?
if
Do
you
you
said
hear
that, I
me?
knew you'd be lying.
I'd be even ancestrally.
Yeah.
No.
I don't, like, fries is not my thing.
I love a fry.
Yeah.
I love a fry. In fact, that's how to trap me. Just
Is this the things you're supposed to be avoiding?
okay, so you ideally should not be eating a full plate of fries. But however, if you were to eat a plate of fries, I could eat 2-3 fries.
Okay.
Like, I could nibble from your plate. But the thing that I can't stand now, like dead ass cannot stand, is like pizza. Like a heavy pizza in pizza. Like, when I think about it, I go,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Welcome to the fray. I always say I thank God for my mother. She never, my folks never introduced us to fast food, so I never got a taste for it.
Yeah.
And I do occasionally, but
But what's like your guilty pleasure? What's the thing that
That's
you
a great
eat
question.
Why you brought it home, even close the doors, you close the curtains, even switch off the lights, so that you eat privately?
I'm not like a food person, but
Yeah.
like when I'm there's a slice of cake. I don't want to mention the
'Cause
guys.
they haven't paid you yet.
Yeah, although it's a white rose cake. I don't know what the fuck they're putting in this shit, but like it's
I
cool.
know the
You
one
know what I'm
it-
talking about.
it's crack.
It's crack, man. I even had to ask the CEO, bro. I'm like, what?
Why are you putting heroin in your cake?
Could you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm not even a
I've
cake
eaten
person.
it.
I have eaten, I think, ungodly amounts of slice of that cake. But anyway, yeah.
And the problem is that a slice is not cheap, so
You get what I'm saying. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Anywho, let me tell you what I was up to this weekend.
Tell
First, I want to shout out guys for Kodong Clan. I saw their concert. I know people were expecting I'd have gone for the concert. Guys, I needed to rest. Right? I'd gone to 2 back-to-back weekends. You gay, my guy.
I don't even know how you do it.
No, I went because I had to. I went for blankets because I had FOMO. I needed to see Thames. That FOMO was switched off.
Thames,
Yeah,
there are 2 women on earth that will have me, like, I would forsake all penis.
yeah. Thames
One
is
of
one
them
of
is
them?
Thames.
Really?
God damn, that
She's
woman.
hot.
Woo! The other one is Aubrey Plaza. I'm sorry.
I don't know who Aubrey Plaza is, but like,
She's just hot as fuck.
Doug, the producer, Mesema, yes, right.
Oh, you're with me, Doug?
Okay.
Yeah, she's hot. Like,
Yo.
she's so hot. You need to watch Parks and Recreation.
Yes, I do watch Parks and Recreation.
See the chick, the one like with the brunette that just talks. Like,
Listen, my guy, I've watched so many shows. My brain is just one jumble. It's like just jambalaya.
It's a smoothie.
It's net juice. Now, sometimes I don't even know what I've watched. Like, I've woken up the next morning and someone asked me, yo, what were you watching last night?
You're like,
I don't know.
Love is Black Panther. You don't even know.
Exactly. You get it. You get it. All right. So Kodong Clan had a massive show. You know how I know it was massive? I've seen it on all blogs. And I've seen BN telling them that they did a fantastic job. So great. Kudos to them.
God, good job. I love those guys.
Yeah. But do you go to church?
Define church.
Okay. Before you go to church, I want to tell you the races are back. Shout out to Kabir Tanji, who's doing this amazing event. The races are back. I'm talking about horse racing. It's back in a big way. Gen Z are filling that place. Looking, it's a fashion show. It's such a vibe.
You see, you were telling me about this earlier, and I wasn't understanding. Please
Yeah.
explain further.
So the horses happen, like race,
They're
horse race,
running.
Sunday, right? Usually it used to be guys, you know those mzaias who are like, tunawekelea ngapi 50, you know, and they go and you're watching this mzai, his
Seasoned
heart is about to
gamblers.
stop because the horse he's bet on is coughing. It has been orchard behind there, and the guy has put his last 50
The
bob,
horse
right?
has stopped to graze.
Yeah, and then there's just the few of us who are seated up there with like a cold beer, just like watching this thing, you know? And there's like maybe 100 people, max.
Yeah.
Now, the last one I went for, there was what, 4,000 people?
Stop.
Right? It was so big, right? And without advertising.
Let me tell you, this is why I love Gen Z. Gen Z are single-handedly resurrecting the social scene of the 80s and 90s.
Honestly.
They bring it back.
Yeah, 'cause
And
they
I
weren't
love
there.
it. Yeah.
Because they weren't there.
Weren't there, imagine.
They're just like, we're going to try everything. But I also like the fact that, and we spoke about this on a couple of episodes ago, that the idea of a millennial going out, right? Like, okay, you give a millennial a weekend, right? They're like, what do I do? If they're hitting midlife crisis, they're probably hiking, right? It's okay. It's my own judge. I'm my own
yako imepita watu
deduction,
wengi.
right? They're probably hiking, right? If they have a bit of money, they're traveling, right? Seeing things. But you know, countries itaisha.
You'll run out of
You'll
countries
run out
to
of
go
countries
to.
and money, right? But Gen Z are like, oh, I have a Tuesday. Let's go see something. Let's explore. There's many things to do. But a millennial at the same time is like, let's go for the cookout, which also happened. Shout out to millennials.
Yeah.
And I saw it was also a big
Which
party.
one that had FOMO for, what was it called? Culture.
Culture was awesome. That was last weekend.
I had FOMO.
That was the other weekend. Ulihata. That's why this weekend I couldn't go for Kodong Clan, but I did go for the races. It was awesome. Now, you don't go to church. No. I'm not judging. Do you go to church?
Don't.
You don't, huh? I don't go to church either. But like, what would make you go to church? What made you stop going to church? Kwa ufupi.
In one sentence, I am no longer a believer.
Of God?
Yeah.
You don't believe in God?
Okay, not of God.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm an atheist per se, but I know people will say, oh, she went through some shit and now she lost her faith.
Yo, forget people. It's just me and you here. Fuck them.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. I've spent a lot of years interrogating what I had been taught.
The story.
And the older I get and the more things I go through, the less sense that story makes.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of that particular story, I don't believe in that story. In terms of if there's a God, I'm very open to the possibility.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
So if I was inviting you to church, I said, you know, Shira, I mean, let's go to my church. Like, you know, it's fun. Would you come?
Curiosity, maybe.
Okay. If I threw in nyama choma?
There would have to be a potato.
Okay. Run the tape. So this is in church at the pulpit. As you can see,
Hiyo ni nyama.
hiyo ni nyama. Nyama choma. Kabisa. And you can see the church is full.
But
I am so sure there's somebody who was told. I'm so sure there's somebody who was told, "Wait, unajua tuko na nyamchom leo." I bet I'm coming.
But does that nyamchom, is it going to be like the loaves and the fishes?
Ini church. Ini church. Eh? In fact, guess
So
who?
that I'd go.
Guess
I'd
who?
go out of curiosity. Like, ati mnachomewa nyama.
Imagine.
I'd have to go and see.
Now, the worst thing is, you just imagine you're sad. Because, like, when you go to church, okay, me, I'm raised SDA. So, eating in church is normal. It's normal.
I'm
Like,
Catholic.
church-
The only thing we ate was that wafer, the body of Christ.
No, because you guys, you do your church chap. Us guys, we live in the church.
It's a full
It's
day.
for studying. In shule. Right? So lunchtime, we call it potluck. Guys bring, wewe unaleta mchele, mwingine ameleta nini and you see.
Ndio watu wa soya.
Wakule. Eh?
Soya.
I don't want to get into that. So I don't want to get into that because there's a whole story with SDAs and indoctrination and bad indoctrination. right? So how people turn, anyway, it's a deep story. LNG White, there was one, America, things you can't eat and you should eat. So there are those ones who are extremists with it. And that's where stories like soya come about. And it's not a bad thing. It's good diet. But
Anyway, they're healthy.
yeah, but like, so we're used to eating in church. But like, you just imagine it's a Sunday, you've chomoka at the house very early, you're like, wacha tupite church, chap, ndakula nikirudi, right? And you're sitting there in the audience, you're
Smelling.
just trying to focus on God, right? You
On the word, hallelujah.
you know, and then the pastor himself as the one who has brought distraction, because now I'm just like,
You're smelling drumsticks. that
I'm
you
just
need
like,
to
I should have taken that Mounjaro for Nani's Shiro before I got to church. You know? Oh my God. Anyway. So a lot has been happening in the world. Do you follow politics?
deeply.
Really?
I'm a journalist. at
Which
the end
story
of
are you
the day.
currently like? Which story currently has you by the what the shit?
Right now, I'm following, of course, the Israel and Gaza issue, and
Yeah.
right now that there's a ceasefire, even though it's not even the first ceasefire this year. But then, for me, the thing that has me is the situation happening in Sudan and in Congo. It's not getting the attention I feel that it should be.
Do you know what? On that note, actually, it's so crazy that you mentioned that. We're going to be talking about that. But I want us first. The biggest story in the continent, which rhymes with an alcoholic drink.
Beer.
Yes, 92-year-old nonagenarian who's just at his tender age of 92.
Yeah, a bouncing baby boy of
Honestly,
92.
honestly. For Africans, you should know that this guy is young.
Very young.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so he couldn't be able to attend a political rally, you know, because he has to go different parts of the country kufanya politics, right? Lakini ako 92,
Whole years.
right? Hawezi kuwa, I mean, he's a nonagenarian, but he's not omnipresent. But he can be. So he sent his statue. And I remember we were laughing about this last week. Hey, Museveni has said, hold my drink, run the tape. Kaguta mwenye. No. Mama, that's a statue. Me, I'm telling you, Ugandans are ingenious. First, how come I've never seen this technology being used in Kenya?
Technology.
Bana. Eh? Do you know the president can be in 10 different locations at the same time? Because what have you just asked?
Is that a lookalike?
Now, think Uhuamta, Ushago. There's somebody who's thinking that they saw Museveni, he was very young and active. The guy is standing even on top of a truck.
First of all, are these things like true to size, or are they like larger than life?
This one's look true to size, because that's a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see, and
How?
it's
just doing this.
It's just that it's the thought that counts. That you couldn't be here, but at least you sent your image.
But here's the thing that is there's very little imagination there, because if I'm sending like statues or like marionettes of me, they better be doing more than riding bicycles and waving.
What do you want? Like, see, that's all Kenyan. That's all, sister. That's all.
If
an
I want to
electo-
be
that is
elected,
all
my
an
statue
electorate
my statue is
needs.
doing a split. My statue is sliding down a pole. What do you mean? Like, entertain me.
No, but he's sister. We're talking about these young men who are running Africa. Okay.
Yeah, these babies.
These babies, right? So maybe he was just too energetic to be there, right? But I don't get it.
Yeah, he was running a triathlon.
Hey,
He couldn't make it.
Ugandans, eh?
But let
You
me tell
guys.
you, this is why those guys are like the funniest people in East Africa. We think we are funny.
Yeah.
Ugandans are mad funny, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I think, and see, look at the materials.
I know.
There's so much.
By the way, I don't think I've run an episode of Run the Tape without a Run the Tape from Uganda.
Uganda, exactly.
Doug, have I run any episode without? Yo, TZ, you need to wake up
No, it's
after
okay.
Suluhu finishes arresting you guys. Anyway.
They'll wake up in prison.
Oh my God. Anyway, the things that are happening in TZ. Yani, sijui kumbe Butu anaishingi TZ. Watu wamepigwa.
I knew where this was going.
It's so crazy.
Actually, you know what?
You're welcome. It's so crazy. Like TZ, I don't even want to get into that. But I want us to stick in Uganda, because as much as you guys are funny, you also have some crazy shit going on. And this story, I love how it was handled. So,
I'm laughing in advance. Continue.
A Ugandan man walks into a Shell Select. And what happens when you cannot afford to pay for the thing that which needs to go to do work? What do? You slap the attendant. Now, I'm going to give a warning. This is a very distressing video. Run the tape.
I shouldn't be laughing, actually.
Yeah.
Your house is there attacking me, beating me over 30,000. If the issue is 100,000, how much money have I spent? Do you think I can run away with 100,000? You know I can slap in this camera here and you see me and tomorrow we go to court. You take it. And you are wrong, stupid. Manyoko.
Sorry. I don't know why we're laughing.
I'm laughing because I would have done exactly
I know,
that.
I swear to God.
I'm going to cry.
Do you know how many people were in the comments? I found this video on Twitter, right? And do you know how many people were in the comments just going like, okay,
Same.
seriously, sis. Like, why are you wailing? But then I was so offended that they were asking her not to wail because let me tell you,
I would
Shiro.
even sit on the floor like a baby.
Bro, I would take off my goddamn clothes. Well, not just the ones you see in the Bible,
supermarket.
the ones for the Bible
For rending their clothes.
You know what I'm saying? There is no way you are going to hit me because you can't pay for shit. And also that guy. So to give you a backstory, the guy's a cop.
Yeah.
So because I asked myself,
Hence the kumanyoko of it all.
and then notice how everybody who walked in that place did not do anything to him. You understand?
Yeah.
Even the men who walked in,
I'm like, whoa.
they were basic, and nobody was paying attention to the girl who was wailing, right? But what really pissed me off about this video is just the brazenness. Now, I don't know whether you had the amount he mentioned.
As soon as I saw this video, I knew this was Uganda. Do you think Uganda away with 100,000?
He said 30,000.
30,000.
Now, I want us to put this in perspective. How much is this man slapping somebody for?
In Kenya shillings?
Yes.
Okay.
It is about 800 bob.
30,000 shillings?
Yes. It's Uganda currency. I didn't make it up.
You know, sometimes we forget.
Yeah.
And Ugandans, you know I love you.
When somebody...
Cousins. Hi, cousins. But you guys... Come on.
That he slapped her because he couldn't pay. And you see, what really struck me, I've seen incidents like this. I know a lot of women who've probably been hit because a man's ego has been... Because this is his ego in play.
It's ego.
He couldn't afford... Nigga, if you can't fucking pay for it, what the fuck are you doing in the Shell Select?
Okay, quickly, what was he paying for?
I heard it was condoms.
You see, that is why I was laughing at the beginning.
That's why you were laughing. I heard he was trying to purchase condoms. Ugandans, please tell us what was going on. But also, fun fact, I want to really shout out Ugandans because they quickly jumped into action. They made him trend. Cops arrested him, and now the case is going on. We will be paying attention to it, how it handles, and how if this person will be arraigned, and if they'll find their day in prison.
Court, yeah.
In court?
In prison, in the jail.
In Danis. Inside. In there.
Where there are no condoms.
In Dani. Who can need dry fry? Need dry fry, friend.
Who will he slap then?
Like,
who are you slapping?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey! But also, this tells you.
But me, I love how that chick reacted. Because even me, once a she wailed like this.
You have to.
Same.
You have to.
Why are you slapping me? A small girl of 43.
Honestly. And then the worst part about this story is if she worked in a... guys, I hope you're learning. Work in a place where there's CCTV. Oh.
Hey.
If she was working in a Kirando Petit with no CCTV camera, we would never have seen this. How many of these incidents are happening?
Especially from cops.
Exactly. So...
And also we've seen that it's not a Kenyan issue.
Yeah. And chances are because it was a multinational that they followed up on the case. If it was Wanjera's give me a Ugandan name. Munyaro. Anyway, I don't know.
Mukasa.
Yeah, if it was Mukasa's Nini Petit, would she have gotten justice? I don't know. Anyway, kudos to Ugandans for how they handled this situation. From Uganda, we're going straight to Russia. Have you ever wanted to go to Russia, by the way?
The thought has not crossed my mind, no.
Which country have you, like, if I gave you a trip to Russia, would you go, Ama? You'd say, "Hey, Ayapana."
I would not go because I've not had pleasant things about that country. It's not somewhere I've ever wanted to go. However...
But ask yourself, right? Where are you getting the information about Russia from?
Utasema ni propaganda.
Is it American TV?
Possibly.
Have
Actually,
you ever watched Russian
TV? Naturally, no.
Uh-huh.
And especially those us millennials who like were
Cold
children
War.
during the Cold War. We grew up knowing that Russia was the devil.
Nigga.
I've probably been indoctrinated.
Bruh.
Thank you for calling me out.
Chill fast, I tell you. Anytime you watch American TV, right? There before 911. Before 911.
It was always the Russians.
Of course. And there's even a color for it. It's like this bluish.
Yeah.
Right? When they're trying to be sinister. Right? So they turn and then, oh yeah. And then you're like, hey, this
Hello, my
you have
American
never seen
friend.
a Russian being the love story.
But they do a pretty decent Russian accent. You had it. Hello, my American friend.
Even me, Smirnov. Come on.
Smirnov.
Shit, I was hanging out with my Russian friends, Jana, and I've forgotten their toast. Anyway, but what I'm trying to tell you, have you ever watched a movie where the lead role, the romantic guy, is Russian?
Has never
So is it possible you're indoctrinated?
possible.
Yeah.
In fact, highly probable.
Yeah. So you've heard the story, Kenyans are going to Russia.
But not for tourism.
There was a guy who found himself. First, that guy needs to tell us, what was he doing in Russia? How did he end up in Russia?
Because not like it's not like going to Dubai.
Yeah.
Umeenda kutafuta nini?
I think he's an athlete or something. Anyway, he ended up in Russia. And then he ended up being conscripted to the army. And he was like, I didn't sign up for this shit. Send me back. And he came back and he did a bit of media. But then I dug deep. Meaning I went to Twitter. Right?
The reason why I laugh when you're talking is because you're just so funny.
Sis, there are Jet 2 holidays being offered to Russia. Run the tape.
Kazi kwaje? Kila kitu iko bie bro. Kuna mtu analalamika huko? Analalamikia nini? Kazi tunaendelea vizuri? Ndio bro. Nani anafikia unga kwa kazi? Hakuna kazi poa kama hii. Watu nalipa hiyo pesa kutoka hapa. Tuko hapa tunabadilisha lado shala. Hizo stories zingine ni watu wako na stories za abunwasi. Hizo stories za abunwasi.
Right. There you've heard it from the horse's mouth. Those are not Russians.
Clearly. I'm like, Kinyanjui, is that you?
Have you seen Musakulu straight from Busia? He's in Russia right now.
The Musakulu, it's United Colors of Kenya.
I'm like, there's a guy there, he even looks like he's a bouncer for a club in Westie. He's in Russia.
He looks like, what was that guy? What was his name? The bouncer for Qs.
Ebu, somebody write his name down here. How can I forget the bouncer for Qs' name? Damn, bro.
And we all knew him.
Shit. Anyway, now you've digressed me. Now, let's go back to Russia, right? This story is so important because there have been stories that Kenyans are being abducted and finding themselves... You know, this comes for Jobo. Because Kenyans, like right now, how's the economy for you?
Garbage.
Anyway. No, sis, we are not saying garbage. This is 2025. This is the week after Larry Mado introduced us to a new term. How is the economy for you?
Taka. But also, those men are bold. Talking like that, looking like thumbs. Both of them. Wow.
Swear to God. But let's not digress. So, economy is garbage.
Yes.
Kenyans are looking for jobs because even the government is telling us, go and get jobs out there. So Kenyans are looking for all manner of jobs. Would you rather, and this is a catch-22, right? Would you rather clean nyash or kill nyash?
Sheila! Aki kwa box. I've even called you by your... I called you Sheila even.
Because those are the options.
I don't see that coming.
Right? Would you rather
Listen, me,
Take care. Would you rather nyonyesha Mwarabu's kid, right? Or fight Ukraine?
Here's my thing. I'm just a princess. I'm just a girl.
Yeah.
Please,
Everybody.
I can't do violence.
Yeah.
Ati guns, Papa.
Yeah.
You've had us talking about how an Ugandan cop will slap us and we'll both cry.
Honestly.
What are we doing in a war zone, babes?
That's the tactic. Ukraine want to go, the war is over, right? The war is over. No,
Because
but
they
like,
faced an army of cry babies. They're like, what is this?
honestly, like if the enemy just starts crying, like, what happens, right? Anyway, and there's a story I love reading about. Well, let me not say this I love reading about past wars, right, which have already happened, not the ones that are currently going on.
Those ones are sad.
And you read about some crazy stories. But anyway, so Kenyans are on their way to Russia to fight for the Russians. Guys, do you know how big Russia is?
Huge.
Do you know how many fucking Russians there are?
Who told us that they need us
Yeah.
to help them?
Yeah. That's what I'm asking. Like,
By the way, quickly, what is the population of Russia?
it's big. The country is huge.
Millions upon millions
Yes,
upon millions.
it's huge. Nani is checking
Am
for
I
us, right?
sparsely populated?
It is yes. It's a huge country. So there
Yeah.
are parts where it's like
There's
there's
nobody.
nothing going on.
Yeah.
It's just ice and
And Siberia.
things going on, right? There even, do you know, there's like how many, what do you call it? Population 143 million. Do you know how many, what are they called?
143?
143.
And Kenya, we are less than those.
50.
So supposing, God forbid, you guys have gone to fight for Russia, and then something happens here where we need fighting men.
Yeah.
How will you explain
Bro.
yourself? You'll tell them.
Is Kenya
"Sir,"
paying us?
actually,
Is Kenya paying us? Because
you're asking the right question.
your mind is thinking that these guys are at war. You're thinking of them as service to human. No, I asked you, there were options here. It's either you clean nyash or
Or
kill
you
that
kill it.
na nyash. So ako job. So country yako ikianza war, si shida yako, uko job. You are at job.
Also, for you, would you rather clean it or kill it?
Bro, I'm not fucking cleaning nyash. We're killing nyash.
We can't.
I
we're
am-
not doing. We'd rather do
Literally-
war than poo.
I literally dress like I'm going to the war.
By the-
like I'm
honestly,
ready.
like, you're ready.
You know what I'm saying? I have pockets for bullets, to a car,
Although
a place
right
for.
now you'd be a very bright target. We need to tone down the red.
I'm the commander. Sifikangi kwa nini? I send you to the front line.
No,
No,
those people at the desk doing moving toy soldiers.
that's it. That's if I'm doing war stuff.
That's the war you're doing. Mouth war.
Prokopanda.
Your gobbles.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But when I saw this, you're right to ask this question. How are Africans going to another country? Because I've seen,
Because
you know,
things could happen very quickly here.
I feel like there's a moral conundrum, right? It's not like they're being offered citizenship. It's not like you're fighting and then Atina, you'll become a citizen of this
Yeah.
country.
They're mercenaries.
You're mercenaries,
Yeah.
right? You're being hired. Lika G4S, lakini sasa, imagine sasa umetumwa Haiti.
Those are Magarians.
Exactly.
In fact, that's
Sargassian.
That is them. In fact, me who keeps being accused because our names happen to be similar.
I was even just about to ask you, when you were, no, it was Shiko Moirori.
Can you make that very clear right now that we are not this?
Yeah, guys, this is not Shiko Moirori. Hash is not the one for Sargassian.
I
Right?
have never busted a single person in my life.
Yo, it's because she was on radio, I think. People
I
don't
think
probably
we
put
were
the face.
both on radio,
Yeah.
and then she's also like, she's not very like super like showing herself. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Hey, so Africans are being, you know, this thing of proxy war. And I was discussing this with Douglas earlier. Proxy wars are currently ongoing. For example, we know that here in Africa, there's there's a lot of militia wars, fighting, civil strife going on in different parts of the continent, and especially the Sahel region. Sudan, our cousin upstairs,
Yes.
right? Things are happening.
Horrible.
Do you see people talking about these things?
Not a single.
Have you even seen in the news?
if people knew that the sheer scale of the genocide that's happening in Sudan, I don't think they'd be talking about anything else.
Yeah, because Africa is more focused on Gaza than Sudan.
And these are people that look like us.
Yeah.
Dying.
But the thing about Sudan that makes it so interesting is, and interesting, of course, in a what the fuck, right? Is that there's a proxy war being fought in Sudan, being funded or fueled allegedly by the UAE government, right?
The what are those guys called? What are those rebels called?
RSF.
Yes, RSF.
RSF.
Yeah.
So, and you see how
in
Kenya...
my head, I was thinking M23. I was like, no, that's not it. That's Congo.
Yeah. So I want to show you a clip, right, of in Sudan, the locals telling the UAE, listen, we don't want anything from you. We just want you to end this shit. You end this shit and go. We'll sort out food, clothing, shelter,
We're not
run
asking
the
you
table.
for shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
المطلب ده اساسي يشيليه وانشبيه دوله الامارات تعلمون جيدا انتم اليد الايمن في ايقاف الحرب وانتم اليد الايمن في اشتعال الحرب في السودان لذلك في مطلبنا لان الان لا بنطلب اكل لا بنطلب شراب لا بنطلب لبس لا بنطلب تعليم لا بنطلب صحه لا بنطلب مسكن لان الشعب التشادي ما قصر وفر لنا الحاجات دي كلها الشعب التشادي وفر لنا الحاجات دي كلها قاعدين في بيوتهم وبناكل معاهم وبنشرب معاهم وبنلبس معاهم وكل شيء معاهم انا دايما لكم بس لو دايما تخرجونا وبقول لنا هذا في السودان دايما دايما على وبقول لنا الحي في السودان ده ويدهم انهم بصير شويه جزاكم الله خير.
Yeah. Wait, you know, we live in such a crazy world where we have to tell people, okay, listen, just stop this. You go, we'll sort ourselves out. And this is the story across Africa.
Yeah.
That we are now not only just fighting within ourselves, but proxy wars are being fought here. Like, two countries can decide they're beefing, and they're going to do the beef in another country because they don't want to spoil their own countries.
And that's something that's been happening since colonization, essentially, right? The fact that black and brown bodies are used as battlegrounds for the wars of the West.
In when the world wars happened, right? Is the day I told guys here I love going to hang out in the war cemetery.
Or the one along Ngong Road. It's beautiful.
You know, guys over here were telling me I'm a kissy ngong. I said no problem. It's okay, no problem. It's okay, right? But when I go to the war cemetery, it pisses me off looking at all these Africans that fought. But then it also reminds me that when these Africans went to war, they came back like, Gai, haka kamutu kaneza kufa, nika weak.
Yeah, because and that's what led to the struggle for independence. When all our soldiers were taken to Burma to fight, and for the very first time, tuliona mzungu anaweza dead.
Anaweza dead maze. Wacha hapa natuambia.
So when they came back in the Dedan Kimathi, were like, hey, wacha niwaambie nyinyi.
The struggle starts. There's Aluta gone starter. And that's where shit started, right?
Yeah.
But so seeing our Kenyans going to fight in Russia gives me a bit of, I know they're getting paid because even the ones who went to fight Nini, they were given, what's it called? Allowance and stuff, right? But it's just we're back in those years of colonization. If your country is the one that's allowing you to go and fight for another country as mercenaries, right? Why? Because they failed you here, there are no jobos, right?
And that's, for me, my biggest issue is I can't be angry with Russia. Russia at war, and they're going to try and win that war by any means necessary. And that's what happens.
They don't want their people to die.
Yeah. However, the questions we need to ask is how these people leaving this country. Of course, certain things cannot be happening without the knowledge of the government.
Of course.
There's no way this is happening without the knowledge of the government. And so my biggest issue is, why have you made Kenya so uninhabitable that people would rather make money going to fight in a war? And then, please understand that traditionally, when black people have fought in other people's wars, we are essentially cannon fodder.
Exactly.
They will send you to the worst parts where the fighting is fiercest.
Yes.
Because they don't want people that look like them to die.
Now, the video I showed you of the guys there saying, si tuko kazi, si kila mtu ako sawa, si hapa tuko fiti. Of course, they had to do the video. You can see there's one guy who's coercing everybody. Si tuko fiti, si tuko sawa.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Because the chances are the people who are bringing them, they're like, oh, so you guys are spoiling for us, right? We're going to make life difficult for you. So either record and let people know that you're here on your own accord.
Yeah.
But still, guys, let me ask you, whose dream is it to go and fight somebody's war?
No one.
Whose dream is it that when I grow up, I just want to go to Russia and fight somebody's war? That's fucking crazy, right? Well, here on the continent, we're not even talking about the things that are happening, right? So we've spoken about Sudan, and we're going to keep speaking about Sudan because people need to know about what's going on in that country and the level of violence that's being meted out. And especially when there's violence, most of the people who are really, truly struggling are women and children. Yeah. And I know men are going to be like, have you ever had men being raped?
On Africa, rape as a weapon of war is
crazy. People need to study this shit.
Yeah.
Like raping women and children and turning children into militia.
And turning children into child soldiers. Robbing, you've robbed that child of their childhood.
Yeah.
You fucked them up for life, essentially.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing things that no one should be seeing.
It's so interesting. When in the 90s, this was all that was in the news. Child soldiers. Do you remember hearing that?
Yeah.
Child
Joseph
soldiers.
Child soldiers.
Americans. Anyway, we paused on that.
Yeah.
But somehow we are back on this story of violence and war. And I feel like with this DRC, it's shameful and it's sad that Africa is not talking about this issue. Not just talking, but actually understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
So I want to show you a video from Congo.
Oh, if it isn't the people who are forcibly and violently removed from their homes and lands so that we can have phone batteries to watch this very TikTok. Don't scroll away now, Easter Bunny. This is Bujari camp in Goma, where internally displaced people flee to for refuge. These are their kitchens, their stoves. This is where they cook, so each tent has one. These are the toilets. You will have to imagine the stench because I simply cannot describe it. If you find yourself with a child, this is where you'll be giving birth. And if you are a child, this is where you'll be attending school. Every country wants to be the global leader in technology, and all of us want the latest cell phones and electric vehicles for Christmas. Luckily for us, armed rebel groups in eastern DRC have no problem clearing entire villages like mineral-rich Masisi and Rutshuru to make all of our dreams come true. One month to walk from Masisi to Goma. Yes. So once the people leave, does the M23 take down the houses? Yes. With the bomb. They bomb the house. Yes. Okay. Because they want to mine. Yeah. On the ground. Yes. The work being done to shelter and support internally displaced people by non-profit organizations is commendable, but it's simply not sustainable. We cannot keep displacing and donating and displacing. With time, the tents get old and start to leak. Food runs out, and the kids outgrow their donated clothes and shoes. We need to hit tech companies where it hurts, the pockets, scratch your boyfriend's name right off the Tesla truck waitlist, hold off on buying the latest release of any technological product. A second-hand one or the one you already have will just have to do, because the people of Congo deserve to stay in their homes and profit off of their own land instead of constantly relying on aid. They can't keep getting uprooted every time minerals are discovered. It's the DRC, for goodness sake. There are minerals everywhere. Mining and tech companies are just gonna have to learn to partner with them instead of stealing from them. Read articles and follow the accounts on the screen to arm yourself with knowledge and to spread awareness. And also donate to organizations like Focus Congo, who are doing the incredible work of housing and supporting internally displaced people in the DRC so that they too can afford to buy smartphones one day and hopefully make TikToks.
Yeah, it's it really hits home when you think about these devices that I have, right? Are all this device was made possible because by somebody being chomolewa. Can you imagine?
And, I will say this as someone who has an iPhone, I have an Apple Watch, I have a MacBook. However, I'm not the kind of person who will replace my phone every time a new iteration of the iPhone comes out. I find that really mystifying when people do that, where you have the iPhone 10, you have to get the 11, then the 12, then the 13. Like, are you collecting stamps?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
But
and
also
then
they do
also,
this
like,
thing
even
of-
when we talk to Apple, for instance, is there a need to come out with a new phone every year? At some point, we're just fueling overconsumption. And for
Of course.
me, my biggest issue, especially if you go on TikTok, overconsumption is killing this planet. It's literally choking us, not just environmentally, but it's literally killing people in the Congo. So you're the kind of person who you have an iPhone 16 and then now you're looking like, hey, the 17 looks nice. Do you need it?
I mean, let me play devil's advocate.
Okay, do it.
Why should I care for Congo? If I'm scrolling, I've just seen a kid being blasted in Gaza, right? I've scrolled Kidogo, and now I'm seeing Congo, right?
Yeah.
And then I scroll, is that someone dancing, right? I'm desensitized.
That's it.
One. Number two, there's so many grand, big issues happening in the world at the moment at the same time. I feel like I can't even be able to make an impact. So you're saying if I stop buying an iPhone, that the people in Congo will be better?
I'm saying we all decided that there's no need to replace iPhones every year or
Yeah.
your smartphones every year. It's not just, it's okay, baby. I'm a clumsy girl too.
Sorry.
It happens to me. I have tripped over myself.
Yeah.
With nothing else in sight. It happens. Anyway, so like if like when people say like me, myself, just one person, it was to just say like what impact would I make? That's a really important question. And a lot of people have asked that same question throughout human history. But change happens when just one person decides, me, I'm done doing this. And then the next person says, actually, that's a good idea.
But like,
I'm also going to stop doing that.
I feel like if we're going to boycott, right? Because like a lot of boycotts have happened, right? Like you remember when a fashion brand, which one? Name one, right? That has done something that was super racist.
People are still buying
We're still
Balenciaga.
rocking the clothes. I just saw this girl for and one of the most hated actresses. She just has the worst PR. She's like Russia, but then she Anne Hathaway.
Oh, Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, guess who
hate
I don't know, man.
And she looks great now. I need to know her surgeon, girl.
I know, right? She's on Mounjaro. Anyway. She's rocking Balenciaga. And I remember in the comment section, the top comment was, wait, have we forgiven Balenciaga? So boycotts don't work, right? How can we, I feel like, you see, like something, tangible action is funding Safe Focus Congo.
Yeah.
So that they can be able to do things like this. But then also what the fuck is African Union about?
But then there's nothing those people are doing.
I swear to
honestly.
God.
Because like as the African Union, if we were to just decide we are no longer making it easy for these people to come into this continent and do business. Because like if we are to zoom out and look at the grand scheme of things, India, like when like you've said boycotts don't work. You're right. They don't. But they don't work because, number one, there's lack of information. We know that Balenciaga has been up to some fuck shit because we are journalists. It's our job to know. Not many people know that.
Yeah.
Number two, like what you said, we are desensitized.
Yeah.
Right now, we are living in such like a horrific time. If you just watch 10 minutes of the news, you're hemming. You're like, why, guy? What is happening? You're like, what is this?
Honestly.
So it's just a constant barrage of bad news after bad news after bad news. But if you're thinking, what impact can I make? Or if something is fair, look at the clip that they just played for you guys. Yeah. And then look at Apple. Does Apple need more money? Let me like give you an example. Apple TV, for instance, they'll routinely release shows that you've never heard of. They don't need to do any media for them, any PR. But that show, you'll just find it as you're scrolling. You'll press play. You'll see 4 Oscar winners in that same show, and it's the best show you've ever seen. Yeah. There's no need for PR, and that can afford to pay all those people. Yeah. Because Apple has made more money than anyone. It is possible for anyone to ever make. But look at those people. Apple does not need any more of your money.
Yeah.
Focus Congo needs your money.
Yeah.
Direct your money there. Instead of buying the iPhone 17, fund them.
Yeah.
I think that's what would make an impact.
Honestly. Guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, how do you think we can actively support Congo, I mean, for starters, we definitely need to be having conversations about Congo. It's not only Gaza where things are hot, guys. Gaza have good PR. Israel is like, it's, you know, it's hot. But when things are Africa, and you know, even when they say world tour, bro, Africa is not even in the mix, right? So, so I'm serious.
For real.
Yeah.
World tour and you've gone across North America.
Bro,
World.
you've done the world. So if us as Africans don't, and we've already told you, if you're thinking, no, we already have African Union, they're doing it, my guy.
African Union is doing nothing.
And there's something Shiro mentioned. She said, I mean, we can stop buying the iPhone. You know how, like, a country like Kenya is so complicit with things that are happening in DRC? How many times do you hear someone has been swindled gold in Kenya? Where do you think the gold is coming from?
From the DRC.
It is coming from the DRC. So we are super, super complicit in some of the things that are happening in DRC.
It's actually in our best political interest. When you look at the people who have been in power, it has been in their political interest to keep the conflict going.
Honestly.
Because there are people right now in this country that are actively profiting from
Yeah.
the conflict.
Because if you look at Rwanda, okay, you look at Uganda, okay, you look at Kenya, these are all three countries like that are deep. I didn't want to, just imagine only one of my fingers, right? Deep.
Do you know, I was unsure about the motion and then
I was going to do
I
had to. My mom watches this show all the time and shock her. Yeah. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you think we can actively support what's happening in Sudan and what's happening in Congo so that we can come to a conclusion of this shit? And you know me, I trust in this generation. Like, I really have massive faith in Gen Z and millennials after they take their vitamins.
After you recover from the weekend, you will save us, millennials.
I swear to God. I swear. But don't be too mean on millennials. Now, what's my next story?
I'm also a millennial.
All right. Okay, cool. Have you been to Nigeria?
Yes, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
I went in 2019. It is very loud, very chaotic.
Were you in Lagos?
Yes.
Yes. Where did you go in Lagos?
This place called
Ikeja.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also there's like an island.
As in? Yeah, VI.
Yeah.
Lekki, those sides. So there's island and then there's mainland, right?
But what I remember about Lagos is the constant noise of generators.
Yeah. It's fucking loud. You know, I tell people...
No wonder, that's why these niggas speak so loud.
I know. Like, it's not even a joke. Okay, plus it's hot and then pepper. Bro, it's hot. You can't hear each other. I suppose, like, you know me, I stayed in Lagos. I mean, I stayed in Nigeria.
Like you lived
Like,
there.
I lived there,
For
right?
how long?
For a year and a half. And,
Okay.
and what was so interesting is... you kind of get used to the generator noise. You start not hearing it.
For real?
And you know, you like if you're staying, say, in an apartment, right? Every house has its own generator.
Everything is great.
Wewe uko na generator yako. You get a generator.
It's like
we
what
all
comes
get
in
a
Nairobi.
Exactly.
Okay.
So before you judge Naijos, just imagine those two water pipes then sasa like in the whole nini, right? But another thing that I experienced, so when I was staying there, it was 2011. In 2011, some proper flooding happened.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, what I mean by flooding? You know that place where you said Ikeja?
Yes.
No, Ikeja is mainland. Ikoyi is island, right? Mm-hmm. And Lekki and VI.
Yeah, I went to Lekki as well.
Flooded. Oh, you've been to Lekki?
Yes.
Right? 2019, right?
2019.
I don't know, next time you might need to go with a boat. Run the tape. There you have it. There you have it. It's flooded. I'm worried about this country.
This Nairobi.
This Lagos, right? Because the 2011, it was so flooded that there was water like the whole first ground floor. Like your house has, and this,
So
I remember.
you're on the ground floor, you're submerged.
You're fucked. I've not even shown you. There's so many videos. Check out. It's been raining. It's been flooding.
So
right?
like if you to go on TikTok and just
you
say
can check the
Nigerian
videos.
flooding.
You see Range Rovers cruising in maji imefika paka kwani. Oh, umepark gari nje mazona unaamka unasha kwani. Mbona niko kwa jikoni? Nilifikaje kwa? How did I get in the kitchen? I went to sleep. I was in the bedroom. Now I'm in the kitchen. I'm deep in the kitchen.
In the sea.
You floated. Umefloat kitanda yako. Umeenda. Yeah, I don't know whether this is environmental challenges.
Actually, there's a story that I covered for a while when I was working at the BBC, and it was talking about, remember how there was like that major drought in the Horn of Africa?
Yes.
That had been like the worst drought in more than 30 years.
Yeah.
And then the same year we saw like the extreme flooding in Mozambique. When you think about in the last 5 years, there've been an abundance of extreme weather issues happening in Africa. And a lot of experts have started saying that Africa, even though we produce like a fraction of the world's global emissions, we suffer the most the effects of climate change.
It's so crazy. I was watching Malawi, the small country, has been ravaged by mudslides. Right, there was crazy torrential rains that happened because there was a cyclone.
Yeah.
This cyclone was sisi hata plastic emission tunafanya nduni.
Emissions zetu ni kunyama.
Say hiyo China ina top. America, right?
As our emissions are fat, we fat.
We literally don't have any like basic no emission, right?
Yeah.
But then the cyclone ni sisi imekasirikia. It is Africa it has kasirikia.
And us.
Right?
Yeah.
So like Malawi, things are so bad. I watched this video of you remember like what happened in was it Naivasha, Nakuru?
Where?
When there was a mudslide a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
Wait, I think that was Muranga.
No, it was Nakuru, I think. My Mahio sides, right? Where
Mahio.
they woke up in the middle of the night. Unasikia tu.
Oh yes, where everything like and hella guys, it was my Mahio.
What am I doing in the neighbor's house?
Why am I here?
You turn like, and it's darkness.
Baba na nini wewe?
Can you imagine? And it has flattened everything. You don't have time to do anything.
Yeah, people like die.
It's so crazy. So, you know, because I always think about like, oh, maybe this happens where you're living by the ocean, you know, or if you live in an earthquake-prone area, right? But mudslide, you know, now you have to even think about is there a hill near where I'm staying?
Yeah.
Because, you know, things are happening. It's so crazy. I saw this story from Nigeria, and I was just asking myself, damn. It's not getting any better. Because if 2011 was like this, and again this year it's like this, it seems it's getting worse.
Things are progressively getting worse. And then when you look at Nairobi and how there's essentially no urban planning, you can wake up today and decide where that chair is, there shall be an apartment.
Yeah, for sure.
And you will build that apartment. So now if we start now experiencing these extreme weather events in Nairobi, we have never been more fucked. Yeah.
And especially because for us, our main issue is fault lines.
Because we have tremors.
Yeah. So I just, my whole thing is this big skyscrapers, I already know the answer.
And it's not.
Do they have any protection against shaky?
And the answer is not at Christ is the answer.
No.
Engineering.
Of course.
And planning.
Anyway, people of Nigeria, do you care about climate change? Because I know in Africa, when we talk about climate change, it's just fancy stuff for going for what do you call it, conferences, young people, press, photo ops and stuff.
Yeah.
But like real tangible, do you think guys care about climate change?
People don't know about climate change. That's the thing. And that's the solution to everything that's wrong in this world is people getting information.
From Trump.
In fact, funny that you should mention it. I actually saw a video last week. There was a woman, and she was just talking to the camera. She's American, and she's pregnant with her third child, and she's older now, so it's a higher risk pregnancy. And she lives in Texas.
Did she get some good sperm? Or some bad sperm? Because we found out that sperm was the problem.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's not us.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We are fine.
No, we are fine.
They talk about menopause. They never heard of andropause.
No, sis, we need to give men this thing. This menopause is theirs.
In fact,
we need to find ours. We need to find our own thing.
It starts with men.
It's men. Men wamekuwa kituambia ati clock. Kumbe that ball sack is growing older. Anyway.
So this woman, it's so funny. So this babe is talking to the camera, and she's having her high risk pregnancy as an older lady. And so then when she went for her latest checkup, her doctor, because she lives in Texas, red state, have outlawed abortion, right? And her and her husband very much voted for Trump. Very MAGA.
Yeah.
So MAGA.
Yeah.
So when she went for her last checkup, her OBGYN tells her, oh, by the way, as part of your birth plan, I think you should also have a plan B for out of state. So she's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean out of state?
To go and zalisha as in
Yeah. So then now the doctor was like, just in case, because it's an older, you're high risk pregnancy, and it's been a very difficult pregnancy. She's been on bed rest most of the pregnancy. It's not an easy pregnancy for her.
That's what I'd be, by the way, from conception.
Actually, you're pregnant.
From conception. I've said it. Anybody who makes me pregnant has to do the work for 9 months.
As soon as you pee on the stick and there are 2 lines.
I've gone on a 9-month hiatus. I'll be right back. Honestly.
Don't talk to me. I'm pregnant.
Netflix and chill.
In fact, it should be in cartoons.
Do you see the oven being disturbed while it's baking the thing?
Of course not.
It sits there.
The cake will collapse.
You even say, go and come back after. Thank you. I'm an oven at that time. Yeah. You were saying. Seriously.
So she looks at her OBGYN like, what are you talking about? What do you mean, I need a plan B, birth plan? So her doctor goes you've been on bed rest this whole pregnancy, so you know that how high risk your pregnancy is. One of the risks that could happen to you is that your baby could die in utero.
Yeah.
And we can't do a late-term abortion in this state. So you'd have to go to prison, and so would I. So you'd have to find a state where you maybe go to California, find an OBGYN.
Go to Mexico.
Go south of the border. Go somewhere. Find somebody else to do it, is basically what she was saying. So then now this chick was like, she knew that a late-term abortion was you carry your baby, and then when you're at term, you decide, actually, I don't feel like. So you give birth and kill your baby. That is what Fox News and Trump is telling these women. They believe that a late-term abortion is carrying a baby to term and then murdering it. They don't understand that a late-term abortion is essentially when the baby, something bad happens to the baby later in pregnancy.
My God.
And so then you have to do an evacuation to save the mother's life. The baby that baby is no longer viable. So, and the evacuation has to happen because if they leave a dead fetus inside you, infection, sepsis, death.
What the fuck?
So then now she was coming on TikTok to say, you guys need now to tell me what a late-term abortion is. Because what I knew was this. So doctors, come and tell me. And there are doctors in her comments telling her, actually, this is right.
Do you know, it's so crazy that you mentioned this because even here in Africa, right? Because I would say that, you see people have just woken up, we are anti-abortion. And I'm like, first, how is this become a problem? Why is this such a, what are we talking?
Why are we discussing
And also,
this?
Baba, kwa nini vagina ya mtu inakusumbua? Pregnancy usiyoipatiana inakusumbua ya nini? Right?
There was a man on radio the other day talking about how women have refused to do C-section. No, they're refusing. They're doing C-sections, and as a result, they're giving their babies allergies.
Bro, just say his name. Exclusive. And I'm going to have him here on the pod. Because
exclusive. I'm talking directly to you. You and I have always been cool about some bullshit, and I need for you and men like you to stay the hell out of women's uteruses. Thank you.
Now, my question is, right? You see, in Africa, right? There's a saying, you don't throw, nyungu, the pot can, no, you can pour the water, but the pot can still carry other water.
Yes.
I've paraphrased that saying, right? So it means that Africans have always been of the thinking, if there's a problem and it's going to affect the mother, right? We'd rather let the baby aendange, mama anaweza produce
mama chances zako na watoto wengine.
So how did we move from that to God has told us? You get what I'm saying?
There are psyops being carried out on this continent. I wish people knew. The evangelicals have their fingers deep in so many pies. It's not a coincidence that you saw Kenyans in Nairobi having a pro-Israel march.
I saw that, man. And we'll talk about that. But I want us to move on to something. Now that we've mentioned women, there's something. I have a question. I like your nails.
Thank you.
How often do you get your nails done?
About every 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
They look nice.
Thank you. Yours are nice too.
Thank you. Although
Kwanza yours look like Russian
they
manicure.
vunjikad. Sasa, what is Russian manicure?
The expensive one.
That's the only fancy thing I've had from Russia. From American TV.
There we go. Thank you,
from
interpretation.
American
You see,
TV.
it's not our fault.
It's not our
guys.
fault. Okay. Oh, and Russian dolls, which is a fetish.
In fact, can someone give me a Russian doll for Christmas? Thank you.
Yeah. Higher. Gel manicures, they're being banned in Europe.
Why?
Carcinogenic.
Stop.
I've stopped. I'm actually at a crossroad because I'm asking myself, for the first time I found something that I'm not
like.
biting my nails,
Yeah,
right? That's the
because I'm
reason
a
why-
nail biter as well. That's
Thank
why I
you.
do it.
This is the first time something has worked. Otherwise, my nails always look like mjengo. Because when I don't know what
Or you
I
don't
was.
pull that have nails until...
No, I
here.
don't. I bite them sophisticatedly.
Of course, as one does.
Sikulangi kama ule nani Jonte anakula una. He has eaten half the nails.
And then we just in yama on top.
Honestly, but then shout out to you because I know it's imagine the disease musti to judge.
We can't help it.
Yeah.
And mine is a nervous thing. I even used to bite my cuticles.
I know. I get it,
Yeah.
sis. I get it. So when I heard about this, I was like, What's
What are you saying? So we'll get
Yes.
cancer of the fingertips.
They're saying that the product, the thing that makes the gel, ikona some carcinogen. Anyway, everything even oxygen nowadays is carcinogenic.
We are not breathing it correctly,
Right?
I suppose.
So when you hear that, are you going to stop doing your nails?
I will have to look into it.
I've already told you the information. You don't trust me?
Me, I don't trust Mimi Nimekusho. You've been running the tape. Where is the tape?
All right. No, before I run the tape, right? I want you to ask yourself the same question. Allegedly, right? And this is in Europe. And you know Europe. Europe is not America. They'll go back and forth lobbying. When they say hua is hua.
We have finished.
We have finished.
It is Europe that made the iPhone have a Type-C charger.
It is Europe that has already patented their AI images.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there are countries where I own my image, my AI image. Yeah. So Europe inakuanga
I can do that.
in Europe, in one country that has done that. One, right? And that's a story for another day. But
Can I do it remotely?
I've given you the information. I've told you this in Europe, hizi gel wamesema it has cancer, right? It could cause cancer in women, right? Would you stop doing your nails? Your gel nails? On that note, your hair looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Is there any texturization going on there?
There's very much texturization, and then also there's the hair of an Indian woman also in here somewhere.
You look beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love it, right? See, umekata nails. Let's talk hair care texturizing products.
Oh yeah, we've been told for a lot of times that these the relaxers are carcinogenic.
But now it's no longer just panganga. Run the tape. So, what you're basically seeing here is lawsuits that have surpassed 10,000 as
Damn.
major brands face growing cancer claims, right? And some of the brands that have been mentioned there are L'Oreal, Sally Beauty, Revlon, Soft and Sheen. It's called Soft and Sheen, right? Soft Sheen. I think, yeah. I know that product. So if you've used any of these products, these are the ones that people have gone to complain about. But 10,000 from
claim.
yes, that's of 1st of October, which is more than 1,200 cases, and then you have hair relaxer still represent 2.7 billion, right?
Wow,
Which means women are still using this product. And remember, when we're talking about hair care products, hair relaxer, we're talking predominantly
Women of color.
women of color. So, does this make you want to stop using the products?
It gives me pause. It does give me pause. And it gives me pause, especially now because a lot of women are taking legal steps to protect their health. Like right now, there's also several lawsuits right now about Depo-Provera.
What they what?
Depo-Provera,
What?
Depo-Provera, the injection, contraception, Depo-Provera.
Oh, there's an injection.
Depo, yes. So apparently women in the United States are also claiming that injection is directly linked to brain cancer.
Eh?
So yeah, the fact that there's a lot of these things happening, as someone in the media and as a journalist,
Yeah.
it's giving me pause.
Yeah.
It's not something that I would dismiss outright.
But like me, my question is, I always thought if I hear something like this, like the next day it's over. But my hair is kind of texturized.
But also you have bomb hair. Isn't your hair down to your ass by now even?
And I got my nails done after hearing the story of and I went to chapad the story to the nail.
Sasa unajua?
Shout out to Sarah Kucha. And I was sitting there.
Oh my God, we go to the same.
You know, Sarah is doing a good job, man. Shout out to Sarah Kucha. You should go get your nails done there. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, Sarah, sasa hizi products, hebu tuangalie, hii 52 iko hapo ndani, ama, you know those two need to drugs.
Kwanza, the guy that does my nails at Sarah Kucha is called Kado. He's Congolese. So that day I went to do my nails, we talked about M23 rebels. Go to your nails at Sarah Kucha.
Lakini sasa tuna. Anyway, also on this one, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you still doing your nails and your hair after hearing this? Or, hey...
Are you forsaking?
I don't even know, bro. Like,
because again, like if it's carcinogenics, like this. Where do we draw the line? Because again, like if we start looking into our food system right here in Kenya.
Yeah. It's everything. Yeah.
And
I tell people, and I even told them in the last episode, if you haven't watched the last episode of Run the Tape, go watch it. I spoke about fast chicken. And I just said, you know what's faster than fast chicken? Roadrunner. We need to go back to Kenyeji.
Yeah. Roadrunners are the best.
Honestly.
But
now,
do they taste nice because they've gone eating everything?
Because of sweat, bro. Oh, mwana kuku imechapa laps, maze. Ikona imeka flavor, lather, chumvi, you know? So by the time you're shikiling that kuku, and then you've marinated it nicely. Broiler, the only thing, it just saves you time.
Exactly.
Right? But that time could get you dead.
And then now have you seen they're selling broilers at Kienyeji broiler?
Hiyo nimekata.
You might become a mutant. You will need to find you Professor X after that.
Yeah. You know what? I think the solution to all these problems are cancer and all these diseases is just going back to basics. 844 taught you basics on food. Right? Follow those principles and teach your Gen Z cousins the essentials for food. You know, fun fact, there's apparently Kenyans are not eating right. Not because they can't afford it. But apparently, Kenyans don't know about nutrition. So they did a quick snapshot of our supermarkets, the food that's in the shelves, and 99% of those have no nutritional value. Right? A lot of the products on the shelves have no nutritional value. You know what has nutritional value? The one you swing past. The nyanyas, the vitungus, the green stuff. Right? But when you go to the supermarket,
your colorful veggies.
And I've seen it. Majority of people don't pick from the fresh produce. They pick from the
frozen food
and like prepackaged stuff, right? That's a problem. So some of the lifestyle diseases that are starting to pop up is because people are not eating right. And worse still, we're talking about nutrition. Like mtu hana, for example, like right now, one of the biggest challenges is vitamin D. See hiyo yenye unafikiria. No, that one, right? Just imagine something that you can sunlight. Right? And you can even just things like calcium, you know, understanding how to get vitamin A, that I need to balance my diet.
What foods do I need to be eating to get my B complex?
And I'm not talking about a single people who are living, young people. I'm talking about families.
People with families who are feeding children.
Yes. So Gava is actually actively, Kichini, doing a campaign to talk about these things. And even clean food. So that should help you understand when the government gets involved that there's
a problem. There's a crisis that they're not telling us about.
Yes, you know it. Now speaking of food, how much do you like food?
Quite, which is why I'm on Mounjaro, because I liked it too much.
Yeah, but if you cannot afford Mounjaro, right? This is a very sad story. There's this new age diet madness, for lack of a better term, going on, where I'm sure you've seen, there's people who say they only eat meat, red carnivore. They only eat
the carnivore diet.
carnivores,
The
right?
carnivore diet.
There's even a guy who even became super popular because of just his carnivore diet. He promotes, I only eat raw meat. Even his kids are there. I'm like, guy. Vampire. Right? It's like, it's so crazy. It's so weird. It's so
I don't think we're meant to eat raw meat. Otherwise, God would have given us the teeth for
Hey,
it.
Ethiopians, come to the front.
I can't do it. I can't. And I love Ethiopian, but when they bring, what is it called? Kitfo.
That one.
Yes, I can't eat it.
Yeah.
I'll eat everything else.
Oh, man. Now I'm hungry for injera.
Go.
Now, there's this other one. The meat one I can sort of understand. But like going completely on a no meat and fruit and veggie lifestyle. Have you seen that?
Girl who died.
Bro, Ebu ran the tape. So I know a lot of people haven't seen. Can you see her? She was posting photos. There she's like, the way you can be chilling somewhere and saying, I'm having a nice time. She's showing us like, look, I'm happy.
And it's very clear that this person is
dying. I can see that you're dying.
Oh no.
Right? And so she died.
No, this makes me really sad because like she could have, like she was saying that she's vegan, fruit diet, but what this really is an eating disorder.
Look at, just scroll back to the photo of her face, right? The way she's posed. No, they are, just go front, back where we've come from.
This is heartbreaking.
Yeah. And she's posted a photo of her face, which means she was happy with what she was seeing.
Or she had no subcutaneous fat, which means she also had no
hair.
Fat around her organs.
There's no even hair. Her hair is falling off. Right?
What we're seeing is a girl who died of an eating disorder.
Yeah.
And this is tragic.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting is there's a Chinese, on TikTok, TikTok...
But also TikTok has
I'm going to use this phrase, this word, but not in the way you use it in your... TikTok is awesome. Like,
it's all inspiring. It's like you say, our God is an awesome God.
It's like... there's so much awe going on. I get shocked, right? So I saw this Chinese twins. I've forgotten their handle, but I think they're trying to crack the market. Right? And like in Asia, to be famous is very hectic.
Because there's so many of them.
Even in Korea, to crack that, to crack that glass ceiling.
It's like winning the biggest lottery in the world.
I think there's maybe 1 million musicians in China.
And then Kwanzaa Korea, all of them are just good.
Yeah.
All of them.
Exactly. So you understand how hectic it is to crack. Yeah. You see Kenya hapa unakuja tu na kiugali unasimama na kiveri kwa line na unapatiwa lion of order.
Head of state commendation.
My friend, wewe na Harithuku, same WhatsApp group.
By the way, when they gave Robert Alai one, let me never get one.
Bro, Robert Alai was given a
head of state commendation, sir.
For what?
I don't know.
It's a lie.
For being ugly. Anyway.
What? Anyway. No, but he does have some really ugly thoughts. Right? I see his tweets. I'm just like, what the fuck?
And they show on his face.
Yeah, oh my God. I try to walk away from it. You keep pulling me back. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. You're killing me, man. Anyway, so these Chinese babes are on this path. Now, they have millions of followers. They get millions of views, right? I'm checking. I saw one of the videos popped up and they are skinny as that woman, right? And so immediately, this is the first time I'm meeting you. I saw that video and my heart reached out. Damn. I just went to the comment section and I was like, guys, this is not right. It's not right. They are dying.
Like you auntied. You became Auntie Kwambo.
Fuck yeah, man. Me, I don't give a fuck. I'm an auntie. Right? Me, I'm that one. If I see it's wrong, it's
young
wrong.
Young lady, no.
No. We're just going to sit here and watch people kill themselves.
No, it's not right.
And I scrolled back to their previous videos and I noticed that, yes. And even there are a few comments there guys saying, these guys are starving themselves. Now, my thing is, you can see how feeble they are. Like, mtu ukimgonga sideways hivi atabreak. Kichwa itaanguka hivi na akufe. And to what end? Because even for this girl with the eating disorder, she was also an influencer. You get what I'm saying? So this public space is making people do all sorts of fucking crazy things.
Also, another thing about, like, especially people with anorexia, and that's why, I've read a lot about these things.
Yeah.
And apparently, a lot of people with, like, anorexia, they used to be, like, even these message boards where they give each other ideas on how to.
Yeah.
And so I hate that TikTok and other platforms are leaving content like this up because they're young and impressionable people that might be at the threshold of getting an eating disorder. And something like this is counterintuitive. Rather than acting as a deterrent, it acts as so what I need to do is such and such and such.
Yeah.
And I think that's wrong.
But I think even worse still, that you can go that far, and that's, now with the disease coupled with fame, right? With the strive to become famous, right? Where, like I've just said, you can do anything. Like
Because fame
right
is
now,
a drug.
I asked somebody the other day, I was like, they were trying to promote something, and I asked them, and they were like, Kwambox, you say dear me. I said, what do you need me for, man? Just put on a fucking boxer and stand in front of the product, right? Right? Or cover your jewels like this and just say, hi.
Or do like Bahati and start cross-dressing.
You know what I'm saying? Or just talk about something, just be inappropriate, right? And you will get the views
I've been very chaotic this podcast.
Honestly.
Please don't cancel me.
No, but Bahati deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it. Did you see what he did?
With that thing for the guy, the young artist who passed away.
Shalkido.
I thought that was the most narcissistic garbage I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but like, guys,
Can we just stop giving these people a platform?
I'm
tired of hearing about Bahati. Enough. He's not saving lives. He's not even creating art that we like.
Yeah.
We enough.
Did you say we don't like his art?
What art? So,
okay.
Name 3 Bahati songs quickly.
Aki, I'm not the target audience.
First of all, you were even a radio presenter. You were playing.
We never used to play any of his music. We never used to play any of his music.
By design?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not the...
Oh, you want the guy?
There was no hits. Us were a hit station. So... it's not my station. It was I never own a station at the moment. But like, let me play devil's advocate. I feel like the world is so annoyed right now. People are annoyed. People are angry.
Yeah, with good reason.
Just generally, right? Do people actually like necessarily know even the person? A few people probably didn't even know the person, but they were acked by Bahati. So that's what I'm saying. I think
he rage baits us, and very successfully.
Exactly my point.
Bahati, I take it back. You rage baited me. I think what I just need to do is just go back to continuing to ignore you.
Thank you. Because I went online, I saw what he did. I just don't have the energy for to be rage baited by Bahati. And so I was just saying,
you were, then you moved.
Yeah, I was just saying, typical Bahati shit, right? And I moved on.
Welp.
I came back 2 hours. The internet was on fire. Guys are like, how can he dare what? Shit. Chief. Maka chief. And I was like, bro, why are you annoyed? He does this. This is his playbook.
And he has shown it to us so many times.
So why are you annoyed?
But why do we keep falling for it?
Exactly.
You know what?
That's the question you should ask.
That's twice you've clocked me in
why
this
are
podcast.
you angry? Were you angry at Bahati? Or did Bahati tap into your anger?
No, yeah, he found anger that was already there and he amplified it.
Because I know for a fact, if Shalkido was this famous or this loved, his career, he wouldn't be struggling to do collabs.
He wouldn't have been run over.
You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be having challenges, really. His career would be doing so well. But I think that...
And he was so young.
Yes, I think
he was a baby.
That this issue had nothing to do with Shalkido. The anger was not about Shalkido. And better yet, it was not about Bahati. Guys are angry. And you can see it. The world is angry, right? You see something, you're like, what the, and I'm like,
Even me, my road rage has taken on a new dimension.
yeah, because
wow.
the city is set up to piss you off. The city is set up not to make you relax. It's set up to keep you
your nervous
angry.
system is always like this in
Yes.
Nairobi.
Tuko na takataka. Takataka. Anyway, as we wind up, oh, man, I could go on and on with you,
This was
Cheryl.
so much fun.
I know, right? Lastly, what makes you know that a man has money?
That is a question.
Like, you're seeing this guy's like, yo, what's up, Shiro? How you doing? We should, we should get together.
But that's really hard to tell nowadays because there's a lot of posers. People are hiring cars.
Shit, only.
They're hiring them. I think it's only with time.
Yeah?
Just observe.
Hey, you're an auntie.
Imagine I'm fully antied out. I'm an auntie with a crop top.
Me, let me tell you, one sign, if he's not trying too much.
Those people someone that will come and put his iPhone and his car keys.
That one has
is a
hakuna
poor
pesa.
man.
Hakuna pesa hapo.
In fact, even though he has some to pesa, the poverty is mental.
Yeah, honestly,
There's
you
poverty.
get it, right? If a guy is not trying too much, he's got his t-shirt and he walks into a space where see me at what when you're meva t-shirt ni rich. No, I'm saying when you're in those spaces, but he's not trying too hard
and he's very at ease in that
space.
Then he has money. Also, how to know a dude has money, and especially if a dude who is trying to hit on you. Like, one thing that I've noticed guys with money do, and especially if they come into your space and they'll always see something that needs fixing, they'll fix it without telling you.
Thank you.
You'll just see something has been delivered to your house. You're like, what is this? Oh, I saw that you didn't have blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then, but also that could be a very caring man. But then there's also this simple...
A caring rich one.
Let's come back to the simple things, if he's not arguing with you about the bill, just small things, just small things, Anyway, but if you're a Kenyeji, how do you know the man has money?
How?
Run the tape.
Mwenye anakubaya chips anakutumia fare na asubuhi akuli ugali unakunywa chai na mkate.
Tosha. He has delivered the basic goods and has given me an extra thing that I couldn't afford myself.
Lakini nimuulize ni mluya gani? Specifically asikule ugali.
Hey, Oti, you have to start taking care of your girl, man. Well, imagine kuna dem amesimamishwa tao na cameraman TV, and she's like, me as long as sijakula ugali for breakfast.
She's gone through something.
Shit. So all I'm saying is, guys, mkifikiria ati mademu wanapenda pesa, it's not true. It's not true.
Just eat bread in the morning.
Treat me right. Just feed me right. Chakunipati. Imagine a guy is waking you up asubuhi ati you've gone for a sleepover. He has put those vitus pocket, like seriously, you're limping, right?
You're starting to ask stupid
He or you
questions.
some breakfast.
Yeah.
Not the ajana. Hapana.
Yeah, you can't have me there actually asking you stupid questions like suruali yangu iko wapi?
And then you're giving me ugali
the mattress.
Jana.
Treat me with respect, please.
Honestly. On that note, we're going to end it there. Remember, please fill the comment section. Clearly, we've spoken about a lot of very deep and fun things happening across the continent. Share your comments. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this. And also remember to share this video so that more people can... Yeah, because we are clearly on a tangent. And so, yeah. And shout out to Joyce Aliwasalimia. I haven't spoken to Kerry yet. I will take your greetings to him because...
Oh, yeah, but the last time I saw Kerry, he told me the worst joke almost ran him over.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You now imagine hanging out with him.
Every day.
Every day.
But he's such cool people.
He is.
So is Joyce. Joyce is so funny.
Oh my God.
And so are you. You are just amazing.
Thank you, Shira. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
But then she asked and I accepted immediately. I should have played hard to get. Me, I'm so loose.
Oh, no. And please, Please feel free to, I will invite you again.
Sure.
Yeah, so you can come, we banter. And also maybe we can have a chat about dealing with grief. Is that something you can?
No, that's something I'm 100%.
Yeah?
I'm at the point now where I can talk about it.
Okay. So next time you see Cheryl, it'll be even deeper. But today, all I'll say is have a great week. And remember, taka. Tunataka. Do you know the guy was arraigned in court?
Yeah, you showed me. They're looking like that thumbprint in your
Can you imagine that guy?
Terrible.
He was there with attitude is even taka hivi. Na yeye ni driver. See ati yeye ndio mhesh. I hope mumelan. When your boss anafanya kitu ya ujinga, you are just a spectator.
Even you should war with the rest of us. War in the war.
It's like you're in the street with Munye, and then you're thinking ati tuko yote
ati serikali ni yetu.
Friend, unajua barabara inaitwa after him.
You know his father is on the money.
Hey, nimesikia expressway pia ni yake. On that note.